continuing to grow, that there's so many things that I'm still kind of doing that I'm just doing because I've always done
Mm.
that don't really fit my life anymore.
Have you ever felt like you outgrew your identity or like a version of yourself that didn't doesn't really make sense anymore? Have you felt like that in your personal life?
Yeah. Again, it's not been this overnight
Right.
flip a switch. COVID really, 4 years really made me realize that because when I went into COVID, I was 18. I had just graduated. I wasn't even legal age in Canada. Like all of this stuff. I was a baby. I was a little baby, just into university, barely understanding what I wanted to do. And by the time COVID, I mean, ended, I don't even know when you would say it ended, 2023 sometime.
Yeah, maybe late 22.
So like 3 years basically. I'm almost done my degree. And but I still felt like the exact same kid because not much had changed during the pandemic.
Right.
People were staying home. We weren't really traveling much. So it was slowly, and I'm slowly realizing, I'm like, damn, there's a lot of stuff that's still very similar about me. And that's been giving me the feeling of being stuck because it's I look back at things and memories, photos, videos from 2019 or 2020. I'm like, what has changed?
Mm.
What there are differences, obviously, there's big differences, but some things are still very much the same. So it's giving like it's making me want to change a little bit.
Yeah,
It's been too stagnant for so long.
that's fair. I feel like COVID, yeah, COVID was an eye opener. Like it was, we were doing the exact same thing for
Every day.
wake up, Zoom class, play
Not
video
yeah.
games,
Like
and then
you're
go back
like
to bed.
and that was it. Maybe go for a walk, maybe do something like that. But you're not going out, you're not interacting with people.
Yeah.
And so all of the days blurred together. I cannot believe that the pandemic started over 5 years ago.
Mm.
That's crazy talk. That's insane talk.
Yeah.
That was 5 years ago. And I'm graduating and all of this stuff has changed, but also feels like not much has changed, which is getting me in the mood to want to do things differently. Like this
Yeah.
podcast.
You spoke about briefly about like jobs and like moving from a transition, moving from school to an office work life is very was very difficult upon me because I found myself not able to showcase a more creative side that in school you can do in presentations, you can do
Mm-hmm.
in group chats or project based work. But at work, you're not really given that sort of freedom, nor do they care. They want certain tasks done by a certain time, and essentially
Yep.
that's it. You might be able to, if you have a good core group of coworkers, you might be able to show that off at lunchtime. But like for the most part, that's not the case. Like for me, especially, like I did an internship last summer, which I'm very thankful that I was awarded the internship and the work that I did. I was glad I did, but I didn't feel like I was accomplishing what I wanted to accomplish in life.
Mm.
And, that's why I was particularly like jittery and excited about when you reached out to me for this podcast because
Mm-hmm.
I listen, I used to like hate the people who would like showcase like, oh, I'm doing this on the side, I'm doing this. I'm like, yeah, keep it to yourself. Now I'm that person where like every time someone comes up, and I told you this, by the way, every time someone comes up to me, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Started a podcast, by the way.
Hey,
Um,
here's a QR code. Can you just scan
yeah,
that real
right.
quick?
Um,
Automatic subscription.
like
Hell yeah.
I'm the guy who posted it. I posted the podcast on my story last week. Yo, kudos to me. That shit
Hell yeah.
took balls because we talked about fears last week, and I did it,
Hmm.
and I'm glad I did it. Um,
And that's I would say that fits right into the aspect of not reinventing, but continuing to evolve,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
I think it's becoming more and more clear to me since we started this podcast, and I've had to think of moments and stories, and we're finding guests to bring onto the pod and whatnot. So we're continuing to grow. That there's so many things that I'm still kind of doing that I'm just doing because I've always done
Mm,
that don't really fit my life anymore. They
yeah.
don't really fit my style
Do
anymore.
you have any examples?
Like, so now you put me on the spot.
I'm curious.
I honestly, I know they're there because I've been thinking about this so much, but they're just not popping into my head, right? So, I mean, part of it is I still live at home just because Vancouver's stupid expensive and I can live at home. But that also, like, this is the room I studied for my grade 12 finals in, and all of my college finals and
Mm.
stuff, right? So it just feels like I'm in those old routines, even though I'm doing something new.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what it is that needs to change, but something. And that's, again, another reason I love this podcast, because it is something different. It is something new.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel the same. So yeah, but no, it wasn't like, oh my God, I can't recognize myself. What am I doing? It wasn't dramatic or anything like that. It was just, yeah, there's some things that I need to change. I need to grow. I'm not the 18-year-old me anymore.
Yeah.